This is what you would call a Barigoule.
Barigoule.
Yes, which is an oyster cooking liquid.
Not familiar with this term.
And so it's really carrot, celery, onions. It's just mirepoix with vegetable stock.
All right.
And you would add your raw, after you sweat out your vegetables, you would add your raw artichokes to it, and then just cover them with veg stock and simmer them.
Nice.
But we're going to kind of jump up a quick process there, and we'll use a little ones that we have pre-cooked.
Beautiful oyster mushrooms.
Yep, so these are our oyster mushrooms. Nicole, if you would just add a little oil to that middle pot. Yep, and you can kind of crank that heat if you would.
Okay.
All right, so over here I've just kind of taken the roots off my oyster mushroom. And I'm just going to kind of break them up a little bit. All right, so we're just going to get a little seared. These you can actually, these could be poached. You don't necessarily have to caramelize it for this dish itself. But we're just going to get them in there, let the oyster kind of, that umami flavor just get out in the oil. Next, I'm going to leave this right here. I have sliced a little bit of garlic. We're going to add this right in. These are some sliced cipollinis.
Okay.
And then we're going to go, I have some celery that we kind of sliced on the bias.
Nice.
I use some of the inner stalks so that it's really nice and tender.
Okay.
Let's add that to there. A little baby carrots.
Love all the different colors.
Yep. I always love to add a little bit of acid, and we'll season as we go too. I'm just going to add a pinch or two of salt in there. And the salt kind of helps bring the moisture of the vegetables out. It helps bring your flavors together. And I think it's important to season as you go, you know, so that it really melds everything together. So I'm just adding a little lemon juice there.
Oh, great.
A little sherry vinegar. Nicole, if you want to go ahead and add the artichokes in there.
All of them?
Yep, you can dump them all in there. And then this is our veg stock here. If you just want to give us probably about an inch at the bottom. Perfect. Okay, so let's go over. We'll just do a quick oyster.
All right. Now tell me about these oysters.
All right, so these are East Beach Blondes.
East Beach Blondes.
Yes.
Okay.
And they're from Narragansett, Rhode Island.
They're beautiful. I love their green
They
tint.
are very pretty. So I have my side towel here. I want to really fold this up, right? This is to protect your hand. If you're a novice, you might want to go with a cut glove.
Yeah.
At some point, if you really love oysters, you're gonna stab yourself. There's kind of no way around it. And as soon as you get cocky, then
that's always what happens.
you have to pay the price. But then it keeps you humble and honest. And basically, you're gonna come in. There's a little notch at the back there.
Okay, and cup side down.
Cup side down. Yep. And for me, it's all about the wiggle. It's not. You don't want to force it. You just.
So kind of back and forth.
Yep, back and forth.
Okay.
And then it just pops right in there.
All right.
All right. So from there, I'm going to come in and just kind of slide right down the roof.
Okay.
The oyster is only attached to the shell by the abductor muscle there on the top and the bottom. If you get any little shells, you can just kind of pull them out there.
Okay.
I slide right in and I pull this back to myself.
Okay.
Right. And now it's freed up.
Perfect.
You want to smell them always. It should smell like the ocean.
Fresh.
Yep.
Look at that. That's a beautiful plump oyster.
It's these are really nice.
Size.
They're one of our favorites. And this is good, a little bit bigger of an oyster for poaching, because they come out, they stay nice and plump, and they're perfect.
Are these a brinier oyster?
These are definitely from Narragansett Bay.
Yeah.
They're all very salty.
Yep, that's what I love about them.
So Nicole, if you want, I have a little sliced salsify over there. We can go ahead and add that to our, right into there, yep. I'm just going to give this a little taste. All right, a little bit more salt in there. A touch of sherry vinegar. Why don't you go ahead and add the oysters to our oyster stew here.
Okay.
One of the things too, I was being a little cautious with our seasoning.
With all the brine?
Yep, get it all in there because of the brine. So I don't want to go too much salt there, or else all of a sudden...
Because that could put you way over the edge.
Way over the top. All right, so we're pretty much ready to go here. We're just going to add some spinach at the end and a little bit of parsley.
This smells fantastic.
And it's really, it's just one of those things where it blends so nice together.
Yeah.
You have that oyster and the umami from the mushroom. It's very, very nice. I'm just going to give one final taste.
Did you want the parsley for that? Or?
Yep, let's dump the parsley in. And this can go right at the end.
So it stays nice and fresh.
Yeah. It's really nice. It's interesting what the oysters did. That brine in there has really, it's kind of went with the lemon really nice, kind of blended together and brought it all around. It's really pretty interesting.
This is great. This is such a nice late winter, early spring kind of stew. It's still nice and cozy, but still really fresh.
It's one of my favorites.
Yeah.